We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Today's date is December 19th, 2022, and this is the Board of Public Works and Safety. First item is adoption of agenda. I do not have any additions or changes to the agenda, so I'll entertain a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Motion made by Gerald. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by John. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Agenda stands adopted. Minutes are not prepared yet, so we will move on to comments of citizens. If there are any citizens that would like to make any comments, please step up to the microphone, state your name and address for the minutes. Seeing none, move on to department head reports. We'll start first with Pat Ballmeister, Street Department.
Thank you, Mayor and Board. Last couple of weeks, the men have picked up and hauled off 62.8 tons of trash. They've worked on yard waste, and we did receive the new trash truck. We're getting it ready to put online. We put decals on it that says City of Tell City Trash Department on the doors of it, and we also put some on the 2017 truck. That way, people know that they are the city trash trucks. We put on both trucks last summer. We put a box on the side of it to put their gloves in to keep the smell out of the truck, the dirty gloves, and then for them to keep some new gloves and maybe rain gear or whatever they need in there for storage purposes. And we also put one on the new truck. That's all we got on the trash department. In the street department, last couple of weeks, the men and I have been working on picking up leaves, running the street sweeper. We tore down the old bathroom at the dog park and hauled it off. They finished cleaning it up today. Monday and Tuesday is probably going to be our last days we're going to pick up leaves, because the weather forecast saying we're possibly going to get some bad weather, possibly some snow, maybe coming in Thursday night and Friday. So I have to get all my trucks ready. We have to get ready. We can't be caught behind. So we're going to try to finish up with the leaf pickup tomorrow, and then change all of our trucks over with our spreaders and snow plows. After that, Mr. Little come to me the other day about a problem that we was brought to the board a few months back about the alley behind the gas company alley there on the 6th Street.
6 and 7.
Yeah, 6th and 7th there.
Yeah.
And one day we got a price on a piece of metal for that, like $7,000. I reached out to Sam Birch, Sam's backhoe service, and asked him if he would go down there and look at that and see if we could maybe put a pipe in there and maybe concrete it over it and see what something like that would cost. And he's going to give me an estimate on it. He couldn't get it right now. He's busy working on the force main or the line up or the patio right now, so he didn't have time to do it. But he said here in the next couple of weeks he should have that estimate for me. And I thought maybe we could go that route and take the swoop out of that there, because it's so it drags so much. Other than that, we got the signs ordered for the old Dobie's building down there, the 2-hour parking signs, and those will be put up hopefully this week when we get the signage in. Other than that, that's all I've got.
Okay. Thank you, Pat. Any questions, board?
No, sir.
Thank you, Pat. Moving on, Building and Zoning, Steve Goodson.
Do not have anything here.
All right, moving on, Chief Lenny, Tell City Fire Department, and also wastewater tonight as well.
I don't know what his report for wastewater may be, but I can try. Just real quick on fire, here a week or so ago, got an email from Indiana DNR. When we received the brush truck from DNR earlier in the year, we did some updated paperwork, and at that time I applied for a grant from DNR for some AEDs, 2 AEDs. It'd be a 50/50 grant, and we just received a notice that we did receive that. So haven't got final paperwork or anything yet. It's a reimbursement grant. We've got them years and years ago, so I think the total on that was like $3,700, so
Nice.
50/50 grant.
Did he say,
Probably
did we get the AED grant?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't hear it.
Total
You
30.
got the AED grant?
Yeah, it's DNR grant,
Right.
but I applied for 2 AEDs.
Well, that's great news.
And basically that's all we got going on right now.
In Chris's report, he has the, nothing under collections or stormwater, but under the plan, he has a Chevy Silverado. Is that the one that was?
Colorado.
Colorado. What did I say?
Silverado.
Oh, Silverado. Sorry. Is that the one that was in a,
Deer accident?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It has been repaired and back on the road.
All right, and then,
Does Deere never have
he
insurance?
had some flood wall inspections to go over, but I'll let him report at that the next meeting.
Yeah, I think he's got.
Nothing ma-
several
nothing-
real small things.
Yeah.
But nothing major at all. That's-
Right.
yes, yes.
Okay, any questions for Chief? All right, thank you, Chief. Parks and Rec, Brandon Long? Nothing to report. Andy? Telsey Electric Department. Andy's always got something to say.
How are the squirrels? That's always the first question for Andy.
Yeah, not a lot going on, obviously substation, tomorrow's a big day, we'll get our bids in for the contractor part, be kind of the last piece of the puzzle. So that'll kind of dictate the start of the project, we're still hoping first quarter of next year. Or if they tell me we're gonna be here the first of the year, we'll start the first of the year. Did you get my email, Image? Yep. I wanted to talk to the board about the alleyway between 4th and 5th Street off Tail. It's a dirt alleyway now. About possibly getting partial of that or all that closed. We have some poles that'll be going right there. We can work around it if you don't want to close it, but it'll just make life a little bit easier for us if we can put some guy wires and things down right there through that alleyway. Tell City Electric owns the property, the grass property down the whole alleyway on the backside. There are 3 houses at the other end of 4th Street. The original thought was we could leave it open on that end. That way if someone wants to use it for back access to their house, they would still have that ability.
Jeff, can you look into that? And
I can, so if I'm looking at this correctly, if there are what appear to be houses along the northern edge of 5th Street,
Yes.
but we own on both sides, do we own all of it on the 4th Street side and,
Yes.
and all but that, the houses on the 5th Street side?
That is correct.
So we're talking about, in essence, vacating the alleyway south of the homes.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
I know I've looked into this once before, down there by the street department, I'll just have to pull out what I looked at.
Yeah.
Um,
Like I said, if it can't be done, it's fine. It's just, it will make life a little bit easier for us.
The city certainly can vacate it, and it's easy with the electric department owning it. I don't think we'd have to go through, my recollection is we don't have to go through as many steps as what a typical landowner might have to there, because it's kind of city vacating city. So I'll look into it. I think it's relatively simple.
you probably want to check with wastewater, make sure they don't have any lines going through there. I doubt it.
Typically, any vacation order will say existing
Yeah,
utilities and
yeah.
infrastructure
Yeah,
remain.
there would be, all the utilities in the area could stay. There is some communication running down that alleyway. None of that has to go.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just basically making it
Yeah.
safer for the in and out of the substation.
yeah.
Okay. So Jeff, you'll look into
I
that?
don't think that's a problem. I can
Do you
I
think
can
you
look
could,
something
I
up.
mean, I know with the holidays and stuff, do you think you'd have something by our January meeting? First one, or do you need, wait till this, I mean, what's the timing?
We got time.
Okay,
I'm way ahead of the
Thank you.
game.
he's got a lot on his plate, so I'm just trying
The
to,
guy wires and stuff I'm talking about for the transmission, our crews are looking at doing that work. I mean, we're talking about midsummer.
Oh, yeah.
So-
I'll have an answer way before then.
all right, good deal. Any questions for Andy?
Nope.
All right, thank you. All right,
Thank
moving
you,
on
sir.
down, Tell City Police Department, Chief Llewellyn.
He has the most tonight.
Good evening. Just follow up first on the chargers. They actually sent me pictures of one of the chargers that's getting repaired, and it looks as good as new in the pictures. So they just got them painted and all that, so they're getting ready to start the updating, so it does look like one of them's gonna get repaired. But on the second charger, total loss, obviously, and the amounts, I think I emailed it to you, and thought Chris might have had it too, but it looks like that the settlement on that, if we want to retain the vehicle, it's $36,365, or if we want to have the salvage company come and get it, it's $38,565, and that's just for the vehicle and not the equipment. We paid about $40,590 for the cars, so they lost a couple thousand in value from the drive from Salem to Tell City. Yeah, in about 24 hours.
Love that initial depreciation.
Depreciated a couple thousand, so.
They took the back roads.
I'm assuming the upfitting was about $17,000 with the labor and the equipment. So what we are waiting on is for them to tell us how much equipment survived, and that'll be a separate check that they'll send us. So I think tonight the board just kind of needs to give me direction on whether or not to, I'm assuming you would want to do like we did the Challenger and just turn it over to the salvage company, so.
Yeah.
Smarter approach.
I'll make a recommendation, we scrap it. John?
I'll second that.
Okay. Got a motion made by.
That's to accept the 38,565.
Yes.
Okay, we got a motion made by Gerald, seconded by John. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
So we're gonna get the one car back,
Yes.
and the one we're scrapping, we'll get all the equipment out of it.
The, any equipment that is
Salvageable.
usable, yes, they're gonna keep it for, they're gonna hang on to it for us, earmark it, and then the car that we are on the waiting list for later in the spring, they're gonna put that equipment in that car.
Okay,
And then the insurance will pay for whatever's damaged. I'm waiting on that amount.
okay.
And we'll still work on getting a SO, school resource officer, or
That's what
car.
we're going.
Okay.
All right, and we did receive the check for that car, that Challenger. Connie received it, right? Or no?
Not
No, that
yet.
was the other checks that we received.
We received the other checks, but not on the car yet.
Yeah.
I sent him the information that he requested, and I thought I would have had the check by now.
Yeah, he did. When I talked to him this morning, he said he put it in the mail. I
Okay.
was thinking of the other checks.
Yeah,
Check in the mail.
so I should have it in the next few days then.
Okay. I put in for a justice assistance grant back in late November. I did receive notification that we won that grant in the amount of $28,000 and something along that line. I don't have the award letter. I think I sent it to you all, but that grant will be used for the purchase and upgrading of our radio system. We should have enough to be able to do a switch over to our 800 radios with that money, so we're happy to get that.
$28,176.
Is that for the vehicles, you mean?
These are actually handhelds. All of our vehicles are already equipped with mobile 800 frequencies.
800s.
Every time we
Where
would
do you
get a
see
new
that?
car, we would put them in there. So this will take care of our
I
handhelds.
see it now.
So we're gonna monitor 800 system or their standard system today?
Yeah.
We will, right now, the 800 system is our secondary system.
Right.
But we will, once we have everything good, we'll flip flop, make 800 our standard frequency, and our low band will be back up.
Okay.
All right, and then last but not least, we made a conditional offer of employment to Natalie Crowder. The timing of it was because in between the board meetings, we went ahead and made the offer, but it won't be official until, with your all's blessing. She will not start until after January 1, but she is filling a vacancy for a full-time dispatch position. We had a dispatcher that resigned, probationary dispatcher resigned a few weeks ago, so this would replace her. And then I was talking to Connie sometime back, and the mayor. We have one dispatcher that's getting ready to go out on maternity leave the first week of January. She's even talking about maybe not returning full-time, maybe trying to do a stay-at-home job and work part-time. So I just kind of wanted the board to be thinking about if I work through Connie and find out that it is manageable within the budget, if we could have permission to hire a second one full-time, with the anticipation that one's gonna be going out for an extended period, and may not return. I just wanted to be able to have that option from the board if that were to happen. So, any discussion or questions on that, I'd be happy to answer.
Let's do a motion first on hiring Natalie, and then we can do a second motion on the second part. Is there a motion to hire Natalie Crowder? Is that your name?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by John. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Seconded by Gerald. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Board, what's your thoughts on the approval to hire a second? The good thing that we discussed, and I don't know how to word this rightly, but we do have somebody that probably we could hire. for a second dispatcher that is, can I say trained and ready?
Yeah, we had two.
Trained and ready.
Dispatchers, two people applied for a full-time dispatcher position. They are both currently employed full-time dispatchers in other jurisdictions.
Yeah, so that's, you don't come across those that often, and I don't want to miss out, and this individual go work somewhere else, and we could have had him here, then we'd have to, you know, spend time and money and effort to train him if they're already trained. And dispatchers are hard to find sometimes. And then,
Making a recommendation, Mayor, that we approve that hire for the second.
okay, motion made by John, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Gerald. Any further discussion? Hearing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. All right, that is all the department head reports. Albie couldn't be here this evening, so we're going to go ahead and move on. I can't remember, was there any wastewater adjustments in there or not? I don't think there were. So,
Rare this time of year.
no, they are. So there is nothing under old or new business. The only thing I had to report under mayor's report is we did receive the community crossings grant for round 2 of 2022. Almost $900,000, 989,000. No, 898,000. Sorry, I'll get it out. So we're really excited about that. We did already put out, it was in today's paper. Did it make it in the paper? I think, pretty sure it did.
I did not see the paper, I don't know
It's
if we
in there.
received
For
one
bids.
today or not.
So to start going and getting bids in to get paving going, so we'll get right on it. So we're really excited about that. That's all I have under mayor's report. If there's nothing else to come before the board, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Well, I want an update on the senior citizen down there. I
We-
seen something in the paper.
Sure. So we had a pre-bid meeting on Friday. We
This
had-
Friday?
Yeah, this past Friday.
Okay.
So contractors, we had 2 contractors show up and a couple subcontractors show up. You know, kind of, they're helping their general contractors, you could say. Bids are due January 17th, 4 o'clock, at the clerk treasurer's office. That's on a Tuesday, because Monday being Martin Luther King Day, we won't have meetings that day, we'll have them on a Tuesday. We'll take bids that night, so we're ready to start going.
And what will that consist of?
The total, basically almost a total renovation of the ground floor.
Okay.
New bathrooms put in, family bathroom, a kitchen, big open, and basically it's gutting the whole first floor, leaving the vault, the safe, and, yeah. so-
I've been asked that, that's the reason I wanted to come out.
Yep, that's it. So hopefully, bids come in where we want them to. You know, fingers crossed.
What do you think of timeline?
We asked in our bid, about 120 days to maybe, we extend it to maybe 160.
Okay.
So you're looking at May, June, July at the latest of having it completed. So,
And the bank's gonna keep the ATM open?
and they pay for that spot.
They rent the.
They pay us
rent it.
close to $500 a month to have their
And
ATM there.
the upstairs people, Kenny's still staying?
Kenny's staying,
They're
United
still
Way's, United Way's up there. Kenny's up there. Well, United Way's not there yet, they will be. And then we still got one other space that,
Taylor Tour's still up there.
we have Taylor Tours. The former Taylor Tours area is being looked at by United Way as well. They may want to take 2 spaces in there, and then I've got another nonprofit entity interested in one other space upstairs that's could be used as well. So we'll maximize the use upstairs and collect the rent on it and set back money for any repairs that need to be done at that building in the future, once all expenses, utilities, insurance, general maintenance are covered. So
That's good.
hopefully, you know, as that account builds up, if it needs a new heating and air system, a new roof, or whatever it is, we'll have money in the account to do that. It won't be just like, how are we gonna cover this roof? How are we gonna cover this here?
It's gonna take us a little bit to get it built up.
Once it gets built up, that's when those things need fixed, I'm sure.
Right, right,
That's what
yes.
that's what I'm anticipating, so we hope that's what happens, so. Any other questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made by Gerald, here a second.
Second.
Seconded by John. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, meeting adjourned.